Good morning and welcome to Happy Trails Hiking. On this station, you will find content focused on park travel as well as living a healthy lifestyle. If you're interested in those sorts of things, I would invite you to subscribe. My name is Kay and this is the Healthy Lifestyle Show. On this show, I want to offer encouragement for you to live the life that you love. This is Travel Tuesday, and we have a very special guest for you today. Our show today is brought to you by our photography store. That can be found at happytrailshiking.com/store. You can get photos printed on various things like mugs, pillows, or even posters and canvas for your wall, like that one. You can find our photos, like I said, at happytrailshiking.com/store. Welcome to the room, everybody. Lori Bryant is here, as well as Desmond Stonders. Splash Raid. Well, thank you, Desmond Stonders. I appreciate that. Golden Retro and Movies. It is good to see you, Tony. Thanks for being here. Thanks, everyone. I have a very exciting show for you today. Our Travel Tuesday guest is Tonya from Raising Your Pets Naturally. Just a bit about Tonya before we get started. Tonya Wilhelm has been a professional dog trainer for over 2 decades. She travels the U.S. promoting positive ways of preventing and managing behavior issues with a holistic approach. She loves exploring new destinations with her trusty companion, Dexter the Dog. She documents her travels on her YouTube channel and her blog. Not only will you find her travel adventures there, but also loads of tips on traveling with a dog and raising your pets naturally. Learn more about Dexter and Tonya on their website at raisingyourpetsnaturally.com. Welcome, Tonya. It is good to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me, Kay. And I love the prints behind yourself over there on your wall. They're very nice.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. And we really enjoy taking pictures, so that's awesome.
It's nice.
The Nerdy Rodent is here. Hello, it's good to see you. And Marty Screw Our Family Adventures is here as well.
Does the Nerdy Rodent then have little rodent pets?
Oh, I don't know.
And then do you travel with them?
Right, exactly. Nerdy Rodent, do you happen to have pets? Because I've never met. He's part of the Splash Raid. So we have, in the YouTube world, we have what they call raids. And so another live stream just got finished, and it's from Timey Lives, and she does a Splash Raid. She does a pool party before my show and is raiding our stream and sending guests over to meet us.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's awesome. Inspired John is here, and Nerdy Rodent says, I do, but they don't travel. So
okay.
One thing that I would like you to put in the chat today, guys, is something or a pet that you own. So tell me what kind of pets you have.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yes. Inspired John just came into the room, and so I dropped the link for your YouTube channel as well. So I didn't actually meet Tonya on YouTube. I met Tonya on the Midwest Travel Network. So that was neat. And it's a network of people who work in travel and are in the Midwest. Are you located in the Midwest?
Yep, I live in Ohio. So
Ohio.
In the Midwest. And the group, for those that are in the Midwest, has been one of the most supportive groups I've been in. It's a very positive group too, so there's no drama, which is always nice.
Oh yeah, it's very nice.
But it's definitely a really nice group. So if you're in the Midwest and work with travel, I definitely recommend taking a peek at it. So
right. Yeah, the Nerdy
Weird Rats. Very cute.
Jumbo Weird Rats. So that's fun. Inspired John says, I have a cat that refuses to use a litter box.
Oh, I have some articles on that. So
I was going to say, I've seen some blog stuff on that. Yep. And Tonya Lambert just got here, and she actually has a service dog named Archer.
Oh, very nice.
I hear a lot about that.
Tonya, that's actually how I started my career. Is I trained service dogs, mobility dogs, for 3 years. So I'd love to see a picture of Archer. I'm not sure if you can upload pictures, but
she can't put a picture in, but I can put a picture of Archer with you later. I have a couple, and I'm friends with Tonya on Facebook, so hopefully she will follow you as well. So that would be awesome. And Raising Your Pets Naturally does have a Facebook page. So that it is really fun to follow. We'll get to that later. I don't want to I don't want to give away that part of the interview already.
Well, we don't want to miss the Travel Tuesday part.
Right. The Travel Tuesday. We'll get back to that. All right. So you just mentioned some of it, Tonya, but tell us how you got started working on your blog and vlog.
Sure. Well, obviously, as a dog trainer, I've always had a love for dogs. So, and more of an infatuation. Growing up, just had to be with my dog. Everything revolved around my dog. Went to college for art school and realized that wasn't quite my calling. So I worked at a humane society first and realized, how do we help these dogs from not being into the shelter? So that's how I started to actually got hooked up with the service dog organization. And then, years, it's been 21 years. So things have changed. I now work for myself. So my blog started because I kept answering the same questions, the same behavior question. Why does my dog do this? How do I stop my dog from doing that? So I just started to write about it and just post it. And then it just evolved over the years with some name changes and everything like that. So, and then it just, everything to do with pets, big focus on dogs and my current dog, Dexter. So.
Excellent. That's great. And I know Dexter's around, but he's
taking a siesta.
Yeah, for now. Maybe we'll definitely see pictures of him here soon.
Yeah. And we could get him at the end so then he doesn't carry on.
Right, there you go. The Nerdy Rodent says, a clicker and food works well for my rodent training. Nom, 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 nom.
Yes, good job. Oh, I hope you have a YouTube channel then. I'd love to see that because they're definitely really smart little critters.
Yeah, I'm interested too. I've never, like I said, I never met the Nerdy Rodent, so this is good for me. Can you tell us a little bit more about your traveling companion, Dexter?
Sure. So Dexter is a almost 10-year-old. I keep aging him. He's an almost 10-year-old Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Big name. Basically, he's a Cocker Spaniel cousin. He is almost 30 pounds, which is large for his breed. He's actually not overweight. He's just really tall and really long. He does have a neurological condition. So not only do I have the challenge of traveling with a dog, but I also have the challenge of traveling with a dog that has some disabilities and some mobility issues. But he is full of life. We call him a silly little monkey because he sometimes likes to get into all kinds of mischief. So traveling with him has been a big part of our life because he just loves to go to new places and explore. And I think a lot of it too is that one-on-one with me. So when we're traveling, it's not working as much, it's him and I and stuff. So, but he's a pretty big boy for the most part.
Awesome. I know that Lori Bryant, who is my sister, says that she loves Cavalier KC Spaniels, and she always has. She was like, I'm going to get one of those, but I don't have a dog because, well, she and I both had cats in our former lives. But yeah, and we were like, okay, cats can kind of take care of themselves most of the time, but yeah, I don't know for a dog.
They're definitely a lot of work. I mean, they're worth it if that's your thing, but they definitely take a lot of work and care and consideration. There's a lot to consider and plan for when I do take a trip with Dexter. It's not just taking them and going. We have to do a little planning along the way.
Right. So I'm excited to talk to you about travel, but I know a lot of people who really don't want to leave their pets at home. Like I have friends who have new dogs or adopted dogs and things like that, but they don't want to leave them at home when they travel, but they've never traveled before with a pet. Sure. What's your recommendation for getting that process started?
Sure. Well, with a puppy, typically we're starting with a nice clean slate. So socializing is the biggest part. Socializing is, thank you, Dexter. We'll appreciate your hello. Getting them out, people, places, and things. Getting them exposed to all different kinds of environments in a slow, gradual way so that they're not scared. So that when you do travel and you go to new places and there's new situations, they can roll with the flow. It's not a concern for them. They're like, okay, I've done this. I've done this all my life. And then the other part, when you are socializing with them and taking them on new short little adventures to different parks and different things in your area, you're also teaching them how to travel in a car because they're learning that the car is a fun thing. They're going to go to a new adventure. It's not, unfortunately, just going to the vet all the time or going to the groomer or the boarder, and they don't like those things. So the car will then kind of predict something fun and something exciting. There are a couple of different car harnesses and different crates that are past safety inspection, which is pretty important to make sure that if there's a accident that they are safe. So starting them that way. And then, as a trainer, basic manners, so teaching them how to walk on a leash and, leave it and, to kind of stick with your side. But even if your dog's not perfectly well behaved, as long as they're not obnoxious or anything, and you keep them on a leash with you and have etiquette so that they're not rushing up to the person next to you, they're not barking, then you can manage things, So I definitely recommend getting them different cars, or not different cars, but different little car rides. And go into short little things locally that you can go, okay, let's do this, especially right now, we're at the end of the summer. So it's the perfect time to go to the ice cream shops, go to, even fast food outside restaurants to kind of get them used to sitting next to the table and under the table. So you're not necessarily going to that fancy 5-star dining at the first time. You're kind of doing something a little lower key to kind of see how they're going to respond and behave. And always be ready to call it quits if your dog's uncomfortable or stressed, to say, okay, let's go home.
Gotcha. So it really is good to just know your animal just a little bit, know your friend that you're going to be taking out and about, and go, okay, are they ready for this? Is it something that they're going to be good at and comfortable doing? The same thing with babies, I think. I'm not a parent, but I think, I think parents mostly know, is my child going to do well in this environment or not? And sometimes you have to take them out in places, but getting them used to environments. I always say that people bring their dogs to trails that I'm on, specifically that I'm on. No, trails and parks and things to socialize them. Do you find that that's a good place in parks?
Yeah, that's definitely a good place to start learning to walk and loose leash skills, but then to go more into the urban environment. So if you're trying to kind of think about going to restaurants and maybe the dog-friendly boat rides and things like that, then you want them to be exposed to more noise and closer proximity of people, because for the dogs that only do hiking trails, then they're going to be a little more stressed or maybe a little more excited, or, there's another dog and he's 2 feet from me, so, do it.
Or there's a honking horn or traffic.
Exactly. The car backfired. And that's, again, part of that socializing aspect, getting them to all kinds of different environments. And with dogs, and especially when you're learning about dogs and your own dog, my criteria is, if my dog's uncomfortable, then I always can go home. I can always leave. If I'm put in a situation where I can't do that, then Dexter doesn't go with me, or I have a backup for Dexter. So like when Dexter was young and he was still learning his socializing skills, I always took my mom with me, so that if he was uncomfortable or he needed a little more attention, I could kind of pawn him off on mom, so that he can be taught right and not just, in a bad situation and learn bad behaviors.
Yes. Let's see. I was looking at chat. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Here. Thank you for coming today, Video Call-In Show. For those of you who might be new on our stream, this is Tonya Wilhelm of Raising Your Pets Naturally. Tonya, is it okay with you if I share your YouTube channel just a little bit with our guests?
That'd be wonderful. I'd appreciate that. I'm so
okay.
Get those 600 subscribers.
Yes, she is 3 away.
Help me out.
This is not exactly, it's not a please, meet our friend and follow along, but she is only 3 away. Look, 597. We can get her up to 600 here.
It's killing me.
Anyway, so some of the things that she's got some great thumbnails. First of all, I love them, and the travel things, and I like his stroller. Dexter's got a great ride there.
Yes,
so that's awesome. And water canine therapy, that was neat. And you've been to some really neat places, and dog rehab exercises. I thought your most current videos are really great. Tell me about toe grips.
Okay. So in those videos, what I've been doing is go YouTube. I'm merging all my old Vimeo videos onto YouTube. So I'm kind of adding some older videos and stuff. So toe grips they're little rubber, they're thick, but rubber band type things that go around Dexter or dog's toes. They're open at the end. And so what Floor are for people that have slippery floors. Dogs need to grip to walk. And so when you have slippery floors, they can't do that. So the toe grip goes around there and it'll grab that floor so they're not slipping on that floor.
Gotcha. Those are cool.
Yeah, we have carpet, but we use it for Dexter for his neurological condition.
Gotcha. That makes
Where
sense.
are those back feet? So yeah.
So I always love looking at playlists. And so I looked at Tonya's playlist, and she's got Dog Friendly Road Trip for 2019, Dog Friendly Vacations and Pet Travel Tips. Lots of just great playlists here for people to look at and learn from. And I love that, guys. So
thank you.
be sure that we make that you guys, if you are subscribed, go and check out a few videos, leave her a comment, tell her that you met her here. That would be great. And
yeah, work in progress.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. All right. And it looks like we got you up to $5.99. So maybe some people will take a look and get you up to that round number.
Oh, you guys are great. Thank you. I appreciate
that. So fun. Excellent. It says $5.99 now. Yes, Desmond. Thank you, David.
Dexter might have to get a good treat at the end. If we get it, maybe Dexter will get a new bully stick.
Woo! Yay! All right. So back to my questions, I guess. I'm interested in knowing what types of places have you found? You mentioned restaurants earlier, but what types of places have you found most difficult or hardest to travel or take pets or dogs?
So for us, we like doing everything, but Dexter is a very well-traveled and socialized dog. He's only one. So he's big enough for two, but so I'm always trying to find attractions and activities that allow dogs. So like we went to a windmill museum that allowed us on the outside and on the inside to be able to kind of see the video and stuff. Dog friendly boat rides, some small museums will let Dexter in. So those are the things that I really try to find that have been more challenging. I mean, I always get, I work with destinations and, get to pitch the parks and the restaurants and things like that, which are fine. But I'm always looking for that unique, just because Dexter doesn't mean I don't want to go inside. And for us too, he hates the hot weather. He just doesn't tolerate it. So being able to do some of the adventures that we can go inside and cool down are always nice. But those are the hard things. I think honestly it boils down to, again, we have to have that doggy etiquette when we're out with our dogs to make sure that they're not a problem. Oh, I got 600. Yay! They're not a problem when we're out in public. If your dog's not well behaved, then they shouldn't be going inside those. And as our service dog person knows, her service dog is well behaved. If not, she wouldn't be able to be in public either. So service dogs can be kicked out if they're ill-mannered as well. So we just have to have really nice dogs inside those places, but the actions and activities are the hardest things for us to find.
Right. Gotcha. So in St. Louis, we have it's Forest Park, and most of it is outside, and there are some outside and inside attractions for like the Science Center.
Yeah.
And so I've seen that some people have taken their animals to the outside attractions. But we had one get inside, and dogs aren't allowed in the Science Center, and it wasn't the best.
And breaking the rules too,
right.
Bonkers.
Tonya Lambert says, thank you for the link, and behavior is very important, and that Archer likes to goof off when he's not working. So don't we all? Exactly.
And as you know, service dogs, we're all human and dogs and things happen. So there's going to be those moments that we're even inside and they're acting goofy. But that's what us humans are for, to kind of help manage it and monitor and make sure everything goes okay. Because, they're going to have their goofy moments, just like kids, just like kids do. But it's kind of how you respond to that I think is key.
Yeah, I think so. Just like training or guiding anything else through life, children, dogs, little brothers and sisters, older parents. You never know. Yeah, it's just a guiding process, and that's why we all have, friends. My sister guides me a lot. Maybe not out in public every day, but you know, um, and Golden Retro on Movies says you're at 603 now. So
Wow, thank you. I hope they all stick too.
yeah, we understand about the back and forth and all that.
So Dexter's getting a bully stick. So
Woo! Congrats, Dex. Tonya Lambert says that Archer is afraid of ducks. Have you noticed things like that with other animals, that they're afraid of other animals and it causes problems?
Sure. And that's kind of where that socializing, and I know Archer was too. Kind of a weird little quirky thing. So Dexter is, and I'm sure Archer too, very brave and confident, but there's always that quirk every once in a while. And it's interesting that Archer, and I don't know what breed he is, I service dog, obviously.
He's a lab mix, I believe.
Okay, I was gonna think retriever.
Right.
And they are bred to retrieve ducks. So that's really weird. But Dexter is afraid of bird feathers. And I don't know what, and we get over it. We go to even the pet store and they have those little cat wands, and Dexter's like, "Ooh, I don't know." So it's not where it's an issue for him, but I just know that it's there. We go on the beach and he gets that little scared. There's a bird, and then I'll grab it. So just curious, and we won't go obviously into detail. You can feel free to message me though. But if Archer was trained to hunt, to retrieve birds at any part of, if he's a rescue at any part of his
she says, I think
okay, so a duck hissed that. So there's that negative experience that he had.
And he's an English lab.
So drop me a note. I'd be happy to kind of give you some ideas and tips, maybe help them a little bit.
Awesome. Yeah, Tonya, you can reach out to Tonya on Facebook. That's where I found her. And she does have Facebook Messenger and things on the Raising Pets Naturally. So you can reach out about that. So since you do have a YouTube channel and you're up to 603 now, what is your favorite type of videos to make on YouTube? Since a lot of our audience today is.
Yeah. Can I just say if Dexter's in it, I'm okay.
That's a good answer.
I get kind of focused on something for a long time, and it's like, okay, this is, and then focused on something else and So I don't really have a favorite. I enjoy doing it, and it's kind of my whole life, even what goes on my blog and everything, tends to revolve around Dexter, no surprise. So I'm doing something specific with him, like he's doing his rehab, or, we're traveling, or I'm learning something about him that tends to come out in my content. My previous dog was a golden retriever who had a lot of anxieties. And although I didn't have a blog then, all my information that I was learning was all about him. So my content just tends to revolve around my dog and what they're currently dealing with. And then I kind of share it.
Awesome. So, oh man, I thought of a question and I just. So let's go on to my last question that I have before time runs out. And then if I think of it, I'll write it down. I know by following along on your Facebook account that you have a new book series coming out. Do you want to tell us a little bit about
Sure.
that? Okay.
So Dexter's everything, obviously. And I've always loved children and kids. It's always kind of been, I've done a lot of things with dogs and kids. And when I used to train service dogs, when we had a new recipient, I'd always take the youngster and kind of work with them. So Dexter and I have done a lot of therapy visits over his career. And I'm working with this amazing artist, and we're going to be bringing a children's book to market. And it's a ways away yet, where she's still working on character development, but it's going to be called Dexter the Dog and Friends. And our first one is going to be Dexter Meets New Friends. And so since Dexter does have his mobility and neurological issue, it's going to focus on that a little bit, but about living life. So even though he does have a disability, living that life. And each thing we're going to focus on just everything being different and accepting everybody for who they are, so that, thank you. So that you don't have to think of it as, this person's different, I need to act differently. So these characters are going to be different, but they're going to be normal in everyday situations. And we're just, if things go well with the first book, then there's some other ideas, but obviously we want to get the first book off the ground. But just kind of like that. And hopefully some travel books around there too, to kind of have some of Dexter's travels. And he does have a BFF, his buddy Levi, who's the other little cavalier you'll see in a lot of our travel videos. He does travel with us a lot.
Awesome.
Acceptance and people being different and accepting everybody for who they are and being positive about life and just living large.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Being a former teacher, we talked about that. Even in high school, you talk about that because most of the time, by the time kids get to there, in high school, they've learned acceptance and that all people are different. But when I worked with middle schoolers, man, those kids really, really need to.
And we're shooting it for like K through 3, like an easy reader, so that
that'll
kind of helps be just part of their life. And the artist Wendy, oh my gosh, she's amazing. I actually met her because I had a portrait done of Dexter, so her work is just stunning. So
awesome. I think I'm gonna share that screen with the Dexter with your Facebook page on it. There we go. Hey, I'm getting better all the time. See?
So there's Dexter there in the middle.
Okay. So yes, this is Dexter. And who's the little girl with the bows?
So some of these are actually my clients' dogs, and they're just kind of inspired by them. Personalities may be different. So that's Trixie to the left. She's inspired by one of my clients' dogs named Aria. And the little guy to the right is Haru. And that's one of my clients' dogs. Now, the golden retriever is inspired by my golden Theo. And his character will be totally different, though. He's going to be the brave old man soul, which he was not, as his behavior was full of anxiety. So, and then there's going to be lots of other breeds. Like I said, she's still developing the character. Those are all just cavaliers. Those happen to be the ones that we popped up there first.
That's awesome. Oh, I'm just so excited. And it's so exciting for me. Well, for me, in my mind, it's exciting that you get to bring new life to your old lab. That's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. So this has been excellent. And is there anything else that you would like to add to our stream to share with our viewers today?
Just to do it, not to say, let's do it tomorrow. As a business owner, as you know, we tend to get tied down to work and, this and that, and I'll do it later. Or, I'll spend more time with my dog or my family later. And time is so short and so precious. And to let things go. I was upset with Dexter the other day because he was just being a weirdo with treats and trying to get him to do something. And then on Facebook, a friend actually ended up being 3 different friends lost their dogs. So it's just a reminder that life's super short and we need to just kind of let things go and to take those moments out and to go explore and to do whatever you need to do to enjoy life. Life is now, not later.
Right. Just exactly what I say. Live the life that you love, guys. So the rest of the week here on, I do want you to introduce Dexter if you want to talk to us.
Oh, wake up.
He's like, I don't want to wake up, Mom. Oh, there he is. Dexter.
He's like, what's going on?
Weird people. Why am I talking to this?
That's Dexter. He's like, okay, I'm done. I'm out. It's like, he woke me up for my siesta for this.
To talk to that lady on a screen. And we're saying hello to Dexter, and so cute. He is so cute.
Thank you.
Anyway, thank you so much for being on the show with me today, Tonya.
I appreciate you having us. We had a great time. Well, at least I slept. But
good. And I'm happy that Dexter's going to get his treat this afternoon.
Oh yeah, and thanks for all the new subscribers too. That was extra bonus. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and guys, please go over and make sure that you watch a video if you subscribed. And I really appreciate everybody being here. I'm going to close out the show if you'll wait just a second.
Will do.
As I always say, guys, thank you so much for being here. It's been a wonderful Travel Tuesday. I've enjoyed talking to Tonya so much. And until tomorrow morning, Workout Wednesday, and then Thriving Thursday, and then Food Forest Permaculture on Foodie Friday. Remember, you are not replaceable. Till next time, go out and live the life you love, guys. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here. See you tomorrow.